Hi, welcome back to the show of Making Dream Catchers. And we going to get constructing, but I want to introduce my co-host.
Hi, yes, I'm Peyton, and we're joined here by Edna today.
Hi.
And our next process for the step is threading in the inner circle. And as you can see, we've tried one. It's a real hot mess. So
Yeah, so I've kind of tried. I think the most important thing, I would say, Edna, is really having the 7 points. I think that's like kind of your basis that you want to start with. And then really it's all about, your artistic design. So as you can see here, this is, as Gabe said, quite the hot mess. But it's an effort. It's an effort that I've made here. I think Edna has got a little bit better here.
yes, it takes a lot of practice as well once you get used to threading it. So Edna,
Well, I have my 7 points here, but as you can see, mine is the same too, because we're standing here and talking and trying to do it at the same time. And like we said before, they were made originally with the 7 points for the 7 teachings or the 7 prophecies. And the grandmothers and the mothers made the dream catchers as they were sitting there with their babies, maybe that were in the cradle board. And when they were done talking with them, they would hang the dream catcher on the cradle board there, and the baby would maybe look at it and, and fall asleep. And then maybe that's how some of the stories got around about, it takes away bad dreams or it gives you good dreams.
So just to give an audience an idea of, could you explain a little bit more about how did you get involved with all this?
Okay, I'm Cree, and this is an Ojibwe legend. The Cree, I never heard of a dream catcher till about 20 years ago. When we opened up our first store and somebody came in and said, "You have dream catchers," and I didn't know what they meant. So then I did a little bit of research and I found out what dream catchers were. And actually, I went to a store and I bought a dream catcher kit there, and I started making dream catchers like this. And then the more I got into, the culture, and because I wanted to do, because being a Cree woman, I wanted to do things the traditional way. And then I found out it wasn't even in our Cree culture; it was an Ojibwe legend.
It must have been very enlightening for you to learn about our cultural traditional ways that seem to have, well, I'm not going to say that it has faded, but has somewhat
Changed over the years.
changed over the years, yeah. And
So, what would you say, for somebody wanting to kind of, what is the true reasoning behind a dream catcher?
I just finished telling you. It's the mothers and the grandmothers, to teach their children, they would sit there and they would make a dream catcher as they were telling them, maybe the
the
7
7
teachings
stories.
or the 7 prophecies. And we didn't have books or television or anything like that. We always told our children stories through things that we did, And so that's how the dream catcher started going to other tribes through intermarriage. They would pass this maybe as a gift. And I know I heard one story about the Navajo. There was a medicine man. He was sick. And he was sick, and somebody had given him a dream catcher. And so he said he hung it up in his wherever he stayed. But then he had this dream about the dream catcher, and the dream catcher, and about the spider. And so that's why the Navajo put 8 points on their dream catchers, because a spider has 8 legs. And so the man started talking to the spider, and as the spider was weaving, he was telling, felt that his sickness from his body was going away. So when he woke up, he was not sick anymore.
So it's really different than you would say through different tribes, the
Yes,
meaning behind them.
Yes.
so almost all tribes have a different meaning.
Yes, except the Cree. We don't have the dream catcher.
Right. So,
So if
we're
somebody
going-
at home though, if somebody at home like wanted to buy a dream catcher and stuff like that, like, you know, just like how different the true meaning, I guess, behind the dream catcher is. Because like for me, I had made a dream catcher, and it was to really to catch bad dreams.
Yeah, so maybe after the break we will talk more about
The commercialization and-
commercialization of dream catchers.
Yeah, so make sure you guys tune back in to the true meaning behind dream catchers.